We're here at Adobe NAB 2026. Jeffrey Powers, we're here with Kylie, and we're going to take a look at Premiere and some of the changes of the new version, including the color changes, because that's really a big difference as to what we used to do with color. Kylie, thank you very much for coming on.
Of course. So in the generally available version of Premiere right now, 26.2, we just launched that, and we've introduced sequence index, which allows you to look at complex timelines as though like they're a spreadsheet, so you can look for things like offline media or where stock was used, things like that.
Okay.
We have better relinking. It's faster and smarter relinking. And we introduced a bunch of new film impact transitions and effects.
Okay.
But our main headline is color mode, and that's currently in Premiere Beta, which I'm showing here today.
Okay.
And it is quite a big change. We spent the last couple of years building this from the ground up because we wanted to make color grading, color correction for editors. There's a lot of color correction, color tools out there. They're either not rich and deep enough, or they're very specialist tools, and you need to know a lot about color to really get the most out of them.
Okay.
So we wanted to rethink it from the ground up. And last year we launched new color management, a new color pipeline, wide gamut working color space in anticipation of all this other work that we were doing.
Okay.
So let me show you color mode. So color mode is a new mode added at the top here. It's one click from your edit. So you can just basically, you can be editing, go to color, come back if you want to. Clicking here. Yeah, it's a new interface. But we have the clip grid over here on the right-hand side. It's your timeline is now a clip grid, and you can change it. It's very flexible, so you can move it around, dock it wherever you want. This whole interface is totally customizable.
So click grade is you just click on it and it grades.
The clip grid is just a grid of all
grid.
your images. Yes.
I thought you said click grade. Okay,
No.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Then we have the image front and center here because obviously you need a lot of room to make your color decisions.
Okay.
And then down here we have different adjustments and all of our color tools. So they're not hidden behind a panel or anywhere else. It's all right down here.
Okay.
So I can click on like a clip level adjustment. And let's just say I want to make this just a little bit bluer because, you know, it's meant to be
nighttime.
Nighttime,
yeah. Or dusk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really dusk. So how these color controls work is I can just click on them. I'll click on temperature. And there's a heads-up display that pops up. And it's the most relevant video scope for that color control. So I can move my mouse up and down, so I can warm it up or I can cool it off. Right. But most of these tools are also bi-directional. So I can go left to right, and that's tint. And I can do both at the same time because they really interact with each other. And that's one thing that was really rethought that no one's done before.
When you're talking mouse movements, we're also talking DPI. So how precise can you get? Yeah.
Oh, super precise. I mean, you can see I click on the tool and I don't have to hold my mouse down anymore, which, I mean, that's hard to make really accurate adjustments when you have to hold the mouse down.
Yeah.
You can just kind of scoot it and you can see very precise. I can see the numbers when I'm moving up my contrast up and down or left to right for pivot.
All right.
So I can add more contrast there. I can do groups. So if I click here and the clip grid, and select all of those, I have the ability to create a group here, which is amazing. And I can name it as well. So I can call it like, I can call it dusk. A lot of this organization with these, what we call operations, you had to do it before with adjustment layers and copying and pasting Lumetri effects. And it got really complicated to do some complex grading because it's just like a mess.
Yeah.
But here, everything is organized. You can name your adjustments and also the groups and things like that, and then apply things at the clip, group, or sequence level here.
Okay.
So if I click on here at the sequence level, I can add an adjustment, but we can also add something called styles. Styles are made up of different modules that we have, and it's kind of like a really supercharged blood, but you have deep control, and it works in the image pipeline in a way that really makes sense and allows you to use the full color depth and color information from your camera originals. So there's a bunch of presets. You can make your own. So if I add Cinema Hycon, you can see that my whole clip grid updated, so it applies it to everything here.
Nice.
And then I can pop that open, so I can start with a preset, and I can come here and adjust these individual modules. Like, for example, film color. We have film emulation in here, so you can change it to different stocks. Of course, I'm not that familiar with film, but I love it. So I can just come in here and play around.
I love it too. Yeah. Absolutely. So.
And just see what I think, and then I can come here with like contrast kit, make some adjustments here. And really, it's all about, you don't need to know complex color to get a lot out of this, because it really rewards playing around.
Okay.
So if I come here and I want to change the red here, all the dominant hues from the image are always at the bottom of the frame when you come to a color shift.
Right down there.
Yeah. So if I want to change the red here, I can do, maybe I want to change it to a different color. I can just click on the red, click on hue shift. I can move it up and down to change the hue.
Nice. Purple rims. Gotta have purple rims.
I always wanted purple rims. And then left to right to adjust how much of that color I'm impacting.
Okay. Perfect.
And then we also have texture and sharpness. So if you're doing a little bit of beauty work, we have a texture map here. So I can go up and down for a lot of texture, but if I'm doing skin, probably going to bring it down a little bit. Bring it down, yeah. So these are called operations. You can copy and paste between them. If I decide I actually want this adjustment in that dusk, everything, I can move it over here and add that. The operations build on each other from left to right. So it makes a lot of sense. It's super easy. And then once you're done grading for now, I can pop back over to edit, continue to edit. But if I'm like, this shot is actually kind of just a little bit too dark. In the properties panel, I also have some basic sliders here, so I can make some adjustments on editing before I then go back into color mode.
Going back there really quick, that's where I needed to find, because that kind of changed, and we don't have like the automatic or the white balance on there anymore. But yeah,
and we have some things we want to put on. We have a long list of things that we can do with color mode, because color is very complex.
Yeah.
But we started out here. This is a fully featured integration of color mode in Premiere, and we're just going to keep adding little goodies to it.
Really quick question. So is there a way to go back to what we had with this menu?
No, color mode is the way forward. So you need to come in here and make adjustments. But we're thinking about how we want to help people learn the system and get into it, make it easier.
Okay.
So we're taking a lot of feedback, because all summer long, we're going to continue to build on this and tweak it. We worked with over 400 editors, video editors, on building this. So this is the result of all of that feedback. And now it's open to everybody, and we want to hear even more.
Amazing stuff there from Adobe. This is in beta right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then of course you can use the old tools up until beta switches out. Which do we have a release date for it?
We're hoping to ship this by the end of the year.
Okay.
And of course, people are used to Lumetri. Lumetri will remain in effect. So you can open older projects. You can make adjustments in the effect control panel.
Okay.
But the future is color mode, and I think people are going to be really excited about it. Once you get in and you play around a little bit, you really start to get a feel for it, and it's like nothing else. I'm really proud of it, and I want to hear feedback.
I'm definitely going to have to work on it, because I want to better color grade what I'm doing, and I feel that this will help me. It's just a new interface that just kind of threw me to the loop, so.
I had to relearn it too. And if you go on adobevideotraining.com, we've got a whole new set of color mode tutorials to get you oriented.
Yeah, they have a great training section over there. So, Kylie, thank you very much for your time. So.
Thank you so much.
All right, you can find everything over at Geekazine.com. More NAB action, NAB 2026, NAB Show 2026. Until next time, you guys, geek out and edit on with Adobe.